Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Cancer for the month of August. Now, as it is a collective reading, it will not resonate for everybody, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements. You may find a message in there for you. Now, before we get into the reading, I just want to apologise for the sound quality on my last video. I got some new equipment, a new camera and microphone, and unfortunately I hadn't realised that the microphone wasn't actually turned on. It said plug and play, and I plugged it in and played, and yeah, the sound was going through the camera, not the microphone. So after reading further instructions, I can't even talk. I worked out how to turn the microphone on. So apologies for not realising that the microphone wasn't on. It sounded absolutely fine on my phone when I was testing it. It just sounded a little bit quieter than normal, but quite bassy. And then I played it on my laptop and it was very, very quiet. So yeah, apologies for the sound quality. It was not intentional. Like I say, it sounded absolutely fine on my phone. It was really weird. Clearly, a lot of you had a lot of issues with the sound quality from some of the comments I was receiving. Anyway, so let's get into your reading then. So, can we get some cards for August, please, for the sign of Cancer? Now, if you do like your reading today, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help push the reading to anybody else that needs to see it. It's much appreciated. One more card, please, Spirit. That is half a deck. I'm not taking half a deck. That is another half a deck. The light's trying to give me half a deck for some reason. Just one card, please, Spirit. And another half a deck. Do you know what? I'm going to take the top one because that's come out 3 times now. Okay. So, on the bottom of the deck, we've got Justice as the overall energy. So take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So you could potentially be going through something, some sort of legal matter. You could be having a big decision to make. Somebody might be making a big decision with regards to you. But it looks as though there's some sort of big decision that is being made that could potentially change possibly your life. It could just be that it's a big decision. It's cutting things out that no longer serve you. It is being, very fair. You're making sure that you've got all the facts and all the details, or somebody is. It could even be that there's some sort of court case going on. But yeah, so there is some sort of big decision that is being made in your life at the moment. Now, going into the month of August, we've got this 4 of Spring. So that decision that you could be making could have something to do with this 4 of Spring. So it says, be grateful, you have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. Now that 4 of Spring represents stability, it's a harmonious relationship, can potentially be marriage as well. So maybe part of your decision is whether to get married, whether to propose, whether to accept a proposal potentially. But yeah, this 4 of Spring is something, it's like a stable, happy home life. So you've got that at the beginning of the month. Let's get some clarification on what's going on with regards to that. You could be doing a lot of celebrating as well. Can we get some clarifiers, please, Spirit, for the 4 of Spring? Thank you. 2 more, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got the Emperor in reverse. You also got the 4 of Wands, which is the 4 of Spring. So you've got the same card to clarify it. And we do have the Devil. Now that came out in the reverse as well. So you are potentially So you've got a lot of stability. There could be somebody in your energy that could be quite rigid and maybe a little bit immature. They could be a little bit controlling as well, and not necessarily in a good way. They could be a bit of a tyrant. So you could have somebody in your energy. Maybe that's why you've got a big decision to make. Maybe you've got somebody quite controlling proposing to you. It could be somebody else, because the Emperor can also be a father figure. So it could be your dad, or could be somebody else's dad. Maybe you've got children with somebody, and or if you're female, and it could be a father of children that you may have, and they're basically just sitting, potentially being a bit grumpy about a situation. You've got this Four of Wands, again, celebration, marriage, unity, having stability. Apologies if that just jumped. I was going so far through and then turned around and realised that the camera or my laptop had somehow restarted itself. So I have pulled a few cards extra. I haven't got too far into the reading, but enough to not want to restart the whole reading. So I do apologise for any little blip that you just had. So we've just got onto the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is showing, again, stability, marriage, coming together, celebration. Now we did have a Devil card that came out to the side, so potentially you might be struggling with some sort of addiction, or somebody is. You could also be trying to release yourself from something, or maybe get some freedom or detach from something. It could also be, you might be feeling quite trapped. There could be some negative traits that somebody might have, could be related to this Emperor, that somebody's trying to release. Now, like I say, that could be yourself, it could be your person. Now, the Emperor is Aries energy, the Devil is Capricorn. And yeah, so you could have somebody, you could have either of those energies in your energy. Somebody, one of those zodiacs could be in your energy. It could be a person or someone that's around you. But yeah, so it suggests that you might have something that you need to work through, possibly while you've got this decision that you need to make, a fair decision to be made with regards to whatever this Four of Wands is, because there is some potential toxicity that needs to be navigated. Now, in the challenge position, we've got this King of Autumn. The King of Autumn is somebody that is very assertive. He is extremely giving. He's generous. He's extremely stable. He is a businessman. He's very skilled. He knows exactly how to make money. He is generally loaded as well. He's got quite a lot he's usually got money in the bank. Quite good at saving things. But yeah, and this one says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right, everything going your way, a good person or company to work for. So this could potentially represent a new job that could be a bit challenging. It could be a person that could be a bit challenging. Now, we did have the World, the Chariot, and the Seven of Pentacles that came out. So the World came out in the upright, which is suggesting that there's some sort of successful ending or achievement. Potentially, there could be some sort, you're completing some sort of cycle and moving forward. Now that could have something to do with this King of Autumn, but it could be a bit of a challenging completion, but it's going to be a successful completion, but it's still something that needs to happen. So it could be that this King of Autumn might be somebody that you need to close out. It could be that you need to move into a new job, and you could find it a bit stressful to move into that new job. Sometimes when you're already working and you go into another job, you've got that period in the middle where you have to, you notice period kind of thing. So you have to carry on working even though you know that you're going to end. So you could have, a bit of issues doing that. So it could be a bit of a challenge. We also had the Chariot that came out in the upright. So that, again, having the willpower, having the confidence, having the drive to move forward and have that success. Again, you could find that a little bit challenging as well. Maybe somebody is, part of the toxicity over here is not having much self-confidence, so that could be something that you need to be working on potentially. And we also had the Seven of Pentacles. Now that came out sideways. Now the Seven of Pentacles is usually somebody that is waiting for their hard work to pay off. So that's why I'm suggesting this could be a little bit of a challenge. So you want to move forward, you want things to be successful, you want to have a completion, but it could be a bit of a challenge to get there because you're still waiting for things to pay off. You haven't quite got the growth that you want in. You can also be waiting around, being a little bit restless, waiting for things to start moving forward a little bit quicker for you. Now the Chariot is fast movement, so it is suggesting that that is what you are, why it could be challenging. Maybe you want it to be moving a lot faster, but you might be feeling a bit stuck. So it could be something to do with that notice period. It could be something to do with a person. Maybe if you're in a relationship and you're thinking that this is great, it's really stable, you found your King of Autumn, you want it to move really quick, you're ready to move into the next step of the next chapter, so potentially marriage, because that's what that Four of Wands is suggesting, but it's not happened yet. Maybe you are waiting for that, you know, the to set the date, or maybe you got married and now you're waiting to move into a house, but finding the right house is a challenge, because the Chariot again is a card of movement, and it could literally be that you've completed one part of your life and you're ready to move into the next and have that stability. With that King of Autumn, you want that house, you want the investment, you want to move forward, but it's just taking a little bit of time. It is feeling a bit challenging for you. Now if you do manage to get over your challenge, you'll have this Prince of Spring at the end of it, which is again a bit restless. It's immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So it could very well be that, you know, this challenge is going to be something that you are going to be able to manage. You are feeling restless, you do want things to move quicker, you're very much, you want it now, kind of, is the energy coming out from it. So you are going to get the movement, it's just going to be going a little bit slower than you want. It does suggest that it might pick up pace at the end of the month when you've navigated the fact that you've had to do a little bit of waiting. So it will pick up pace, and you will have the confidence and the drive to get what you want. Let's get some clarifiers on that. Okay, so we've got a Five of Swords, we've got a Temperance. Oh, okay. And then we've got the Star in reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. So your immediate action could cause a little bit of conflict. So just be careful with that. If you're going too fast, or if you're doing things, I mean, it could very well be, if it's something to do with an old job, like I was saying previously, maybe moving out from that job, you know, it's going to cause conflict with some people. Some people aren't going to want you to leave, especially old abusive bosses, you know. If it's a relationship, it could be that you might feel a little bit of resentment, maybe, of things going a bit too slow. Maybe you're having arguments with yourself in your head as well, or with other people, because you want a certain thing, because this Prince of Spring wants to go for what they want. We do have the Temperance, which is suggesting, you know, self-indulgence. So again, that could be why you're having that bit of, you know, possible conflict. You're going through it too, you know, you might be going a little bit too extreme and you're a little bit out of balance at the moment. So you could be going from, you might have done slow and steady at the start, and now you've gone full speed ahead and you want to pick up the pace and you want things to happen really, really quickly. And it could just be throwing both yourself and your person out of balance. You do have this Star in the reverse, which could be that you might be feeling a little bit insecure, because things are moving a little bit too slow for you. You could also be making your person feel a little bit insecure, so do bear that in mind. If you're doing things to make them feel uncomfortable, that might make them a little bit insecure as well. So just be careful with that. I understand it could be a bit disparaging if you are wanting things to move quicker and they're not. But you do need to take into consideration your person as well. Now we do have this Three of Swords in the reverse, so it is suggesting that there will be some forgiveness, some healing from some sort of heartbreak, whether that's about a job or family upsets, whatever it is. So that's going to come in, and potentially letting go as well. So whatever this disagreements with the Five of Swords is, whatever heartache it is, it could even be some sort of pain and heartbreak that is involving, the toxic traits at the beginning. You might be healing, overcoming those and healing them. Because one of the toxic trait that you could have is codependency. Potentially some depressions can be derived from a bit of codependency as well. And the Three of Swords in the reverse, it is healing. It is, emotional healing. So it could be a lot of that going on. Yeah, so that's what we've got for you for the main read. I'll get you a Spirit of the Animal Oracle and a Angel of Abundance as well, to see if there's any more information for you that Spirit would like to convey. Okay, so you've got Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. Let's get you an Angel of Abundance as well. Oh, you look two. So you've got let go of guilt, and we've got moonlighting. So let go of guilt then first. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. And then moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So that could be why a new job might be going a little bit slower than you'd like it to. Maybe you're doing that at the same time, and it's just not taking off quite as quickly as you would want it to give you that extra stability that you're seeking. Right, I hope that has helped some of you Cancerians know what's going on for August. Like I say, if you do like the message, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up to help it go to anybody else that needs to hear the message. Okay, thank you for joining me.